Hey guys, Be Twice here. Today is Monday, June 28th. Another day and another interesting day in the market because we didn't have a dump. I kind of was expecting and kind of hoping for one so I could get an entry on the NASDAQ or SPY. Over the weekend, I posted a video that I was afraid that the dips we could see could be shallow, like some of the ones we've seen in the past, making it very hard to get a good dip buy. So that's why I was starting to think that there's better opportunities in the market and other trades and other stocks. But let's take a look at SPY, and then we'll look at QQQ, and then we'll look at some other good plays that we've hit on. And that's some that are still developing. So we popped up for one. We've already peaked at one. I'm saying that we've already topped here. What that could have been earlier today. Where was it at? No. Okay, so it would have been yeah, so it would have been last night. Actually, some trades were taking place at this level. So, because as you know, you can trade 24 hours a day SPY or QQQ with TD Ameritrade. With that being said, we pulled back a little bit. I'm saying this was our bottom for A. We popped it for B. I'm saying we're going to have a little bit more downside tomorrow. So if we do, I would say that dip is a buy. I don't think we're going to go too low. I'll be very surprised if we go below 425 here before ultimately going up to the 440 range. The month of July is usually a really good month for stocks. And I expect tech to continue to carry us here. So I think we'll see a little bit of a pullback if we haven't already bottomed. We could have technically already bottomed today, right here at this 50, and ultimately still be going up. But if we do get blessed with a dip buy, and you do want to play the S&P 500, any dip here is a buy going for 440. Okay, so let's take a look at QQQ. Um, we actually bottomed. At least I'm seeing it as a wave two bottom in QQQ last Friday. I was really hoping we'd go a little bit lower to get into a better level that we could buy. This is just a little too shallow for me to run a risk of actually making a trade. But we popped up for a one and we pulled back for a two. On Friday we bottomed for a two, which kind of a weird day. It went really shallow. We're in the process of popping up for a one, so kind of like just like I saw with SPY. I do see us having a slight pullback from here for this white wave one going down to a two. Hopefully we can get blessed with it taking us back to this 350 range. If we can get a decent pullback for this wave two here, that's a great dip buy spot. So I'd like to see a 61.8% retracement here to get in to make an entry for calls going up to the 360 range. But I do want to buy in a dip, not on today when we're ripping almost 1.5% and tech stocks going crazy. So hopefully we'll get this a little bit of a pullback so we can get in here. But let's look at some other names real quick. So on Friday, I posted a video late in the day because I saw Amazon and Tesla being huge dip buys. I think we bottomed for wave four here on Amazon. Sure, we could go a tiny bit lower. I think we'll probably just go a little bit lower while QQQ's pulling back, and I don't think we're going to break this low that we set on Friday. This low for wave four perfectly touched 38.2. So when I posted this video on Friday, I was like, buy this dip here. So anybody who was watching before the end of the day that caught this, that got in, has already started to turn a profit. I ultimately see Amazon ripping higher very soon here, getting towards this 4,000 range. Uh, so I doubled my position here on Friday when I saw this pullback for this wave four, and I do think we bottomed here. So I do see some serious upside in the near future here on Amazon. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla was part of that video as well. So what I'm seeing on Tesla, even though the bear two major reversal is still possible, I don't think that that's what's happening. I think we're going up a higher and either to test the 800 range before being rejected or even going to all-time highs. So when I posted the video about Tesla on Friday with Amazon, I was saying, hey, we popped up for our three and we were pulling back for our four, and that we should bottom right in the 665 range. We pulled back to here. We touched it late in the day on Friday. I took an entry, and I think we're going up to the 720 range. So I do think any dip here is a buy. We should see a five-wave move. So we popped up for a one. We should see a little bit of a pullback, which I didn't draw here, but we should see a little bit of pullback, not too much, maybe taking us down to the 680 range. I would buy that if it does, because I think we bottom 680. Ultimately, we'll see a 345 taking us up to the 720 range. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 720 by the end of the week, or maybe even by the end of next week, just because I do think we'll see a lull here these next couple days, maybe even a little bit of flat. But either way, we're going to 720, pull back, and then ultimately ripping towards 800. All right, so Disney, I posted this one yesterday, I think it was. We got our pullback this morning, so I got in. This is what I drew yesterday, that I was expecting us to get rejected here, pull back, catch support, and then launch. I do think we're going to the 195 range, so I took my entry. I think we'll see this before August. I wouldn't be surprised, likely before earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if we even hit 200 before earnings. I think Disney's a great reopening play. And getting out of this bull flag will really launch it. So hopefully we can get there with Disney. Let's take a look at Etsy. So I posted a video about Etsy several weeks ago when we were breaking out of this triangle. I took entry back here as well. I took half my profits off the table when we hit our wave three today. Our wave three price target when I posted that video was 198. We hit that today, so I expect to sell off from here. So that's why I took half my money off the table. I expect us to pull back. Now, could it go all the way to the 260% extension? Sure, it could. But I do expect a pullback across the markets a little bit because we've had a lot of green days or a lot of like flattish days, not a whole lot of huge dumps since the last flush. So with that being said, I took some money off the table, and then obviously I think we're going to pull back to maybe 190, hopefully even a little bit lower because I'll put more money on the table if we do pull back. But we want to see a three-wave move down to get our wave four, and then ultimately we're going to be going up for a wave five to somewhere in this 206 range. So we have to really watch this level for an algo sell-off, and then we'll have to really watch a little bit above 200 for an algo sell-off. But with that being said, it's basically tracked exactly what I was expecting. We had a little bit of a pullback the day after I posted the video. Then we absolutely just went lunar to hit our first price target. So hopefully we can see this pullback and we can get back in and ride it up to 206. But this is obviously a monster move from Etsy after breaking out of this triangle. Great setup on that one. All right, so last thing we're going to look at is Coinbase. I got stopped out of this trade, kind of disheartening after seeing what it did today, um, especially with crypto and what it's doing. So obviously what I saw was going to happen looks like it's still going to happen. I was just wrong. So when I first posted this, I saw a 1 and a 2. Where I'm calling A now, I saw a 2 bottom, and I thought we were going straight for this wave 3 price target of 280. Ultimately, what ended up happening was that this whole move was actually an A. We popped up for a 3-wave move for a B, and then we saw a 5-wave impulse down for a C, and we almost went all the way to the 100% mark. So it was a really deep wave 2, and now we're popping up for a 1, a 2. We held that trend line just like I thought we would. We held the trend line for 2, and now obviously we're going up for a wave 3. Expect at 255 to have an algo sell off. We'll pull back to the 242 range, and this is what we're watching for. Okay, so like I have an alert set for above 250. When we get back above 250, we really want to see it pull back down. And then when we see it pull back down, we want to go long for this 280 range. Like you don't want to get in today when you're up 10% because if you're not buying shares and you're buying options, you're just going to lose all your money when the volatility drops. So what we really want to see happen is hit this 254, and then we want to see a big dump day or maybe like 2 flushes in a row. That will really help kill the volatility. And it'll make the premiums on calls cheaper, and then hopefully we can get it around this 242 range to ride it up to 280. So unfortunate that I was in back here and I missed my target. Better for any dip buyers who were down here. They're obviously making a lot of money right now. So I do like this stock going forward. So hopefully we can get some entries on these ones, and hopefully you guys are all out here making some money. All right, guys, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit a like and subscribe.